You do it to him, it's not fair, you know.
If you don't like it, you're welcome to leave whenever you want.
Bullshit. Just like your partners. When they have a problem with it, they kill us.
The only thing more important than a weapon.
Taking the good with the ups and downs. I wanna see how the world turns round. Let's go adventure in the deep blue sea. Home is with you wherever that may be. Home is with you wherever that may be.
Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Today I thought I'd take you through a very easy vanilla cake recipe that I found. The blogger's name is Lindsay. She writes on Life, Love and Sugar. I did put a link down below for you to go and check it out, and it was quite simple for me to do. So today I have little Aurora who's going to help me bake, and yeah, hope you guys enjoy it. If you do like the video, please give it a big thumbs up and remember to subscribe. Cool, let's get started. Okay, cool guys, so before you start mixing all the ingredients, just make sure that you have cake pans with parchment paper prepared and it's greased on the sides, as well as your oven needs to be preheated to 176 degrees Celsius. After that, you're going to start by combining the flour, baking powder and salt in a medium-sized bowl, and you're just going to put it one side. Then you're going to get the butter, sugar, oil and vanilla extract, put it into a large mixing bowl and beat it together until light in color and fluffy. So the recipe says it usually takes about 3 to 4 minutes, but I think it also depends what type of mixer you have. I had an electric one, so everything went quite quick. As you can see, I did use proper baking butter, not margarine. And also, just on a side note, I didn't have 8-inch cake pans, so I just took like quite a big-ish one and then medium-ish one. I'm not really a pro baker, and I just kind of went with what I had. Okay, so once that is done, you're going to take the eggs and you're going to mix them in one at a time. Mixing only mostly combined after each one. So crack an egg in there, mix it. You'll see it'll slowly start combining. Once it's basically combined, you add the next egg and the next egg. The recipe also says to scrape down the sides, because you know a lot of times when you're mixing, the sugar splats on the side and the flour splats on the side, or whatever you're busy mixing. So yeah, just scrape it around the sides, put it all in, make sure all the ingredients are well incorporated. Perfect. As you can see, we have like a nice smooth texture now. What we're going to do is we're going to add half of the dry ingredients to the batter and mix until mostly combined. Then we're slowly going to add the milk and mix until it's very well combined. It says here the batter will look a little bit curdled. If it does, that's okay. Now add the remaining dry ingredients and mix until it's all well combined and very smooth. Remember to scrape down the sides of the bowl as needed to be sure that all the ingredients are well incorporated, as I explained earlier, but do not overmix the batter. I do tend to do this sometimes, so I kind of feel like it's just, you know, do as you feel necessary, and as long as you're not over combining, then I think you should be fine. All I did now was switch on my oven. As I have a gas oven, I don't need to preheat it. I simply switch it on when I'm ready to put the cake in the oven. Then you're going to divide the batter evenly between the cake pans and bake it for approximately 22 to 25 minutes. The recipe says or until a toothpick comes out with a few crumbs. I didn't have a toothpick, so I basically used a knife. I just stick it through the center and pull it out, and just make sure there's no batter that comes out with it. Like, it's basically the same. You just make sure the knife is still clean or a few crumbs come out with it. Since this cake is for Kai and his first birthday, we decided to make him a little smash cake. So I just kept some batter aside to fill into these 2 little trays, and I'm gonna try and make an Easter egg out of it since his birthday falls over Easter as well. Now that the cakes are ready to come out of the oven, I'm gonna place them in front of me and just let them cool down for a little bit. While waiting for them to cool down, I'll start with the frosting. So you're going to take a large bowl once again. To make the frosting, you need to beat the batter and the shortening together until it's nice and smooth. Just so you know, I didn't even know what shortening was until I had to make this cake. So I googled it, and if you can't find shortening, which unfortunately I couldn't, but that was due to the lockdown and everyone obsessively baking at the moment, you can use an alternative, which is butter. So for every 1 cup of shortening, you can use 1 cup plus 2 tablespoons of butter. Okay, next up, what I've done is I've added half of the powdered sugar, and you need to mix it until it's smooth. I didn't have powdered sugar and neither did the store, so I'm just using icing sugar. And in my personal opinion, I think the frosting came out quite sweet. I'm not too sure if I overmixed here, but as you can see, my blending is about to get a little bit out of control. I couldn't even hold the blender with one hand anymore. So for professional bakers, they probably know. Amateur bakers, I honestly think do it until you feel like it's good enough. That's pretty much what I did there. Then next up, you're going to add the vanilla extract and about 4 to 5 tablespoons of water or milk and mix it until smooth. I used milk. If I have the choice between the two, I prefer milk. I like creamier things. And yeah, I added that. I made mine about 7 tablespoons of milk though, instead of 5. Now you're going to slowly add the remaining powdered sugar, or in this case icing sugar, and mix until the batter is very smooth. It says on the recipe you can add additional water or milk as needed to get the right consistency of frosting. I think due to the fact that I added more milk, I didn't need to add anything else afterwards, so that worked out quite great. Once again, as you can see, I just blended through the sides, through the middle, and made sure all the ingredients that were in the container were blended through properly. As you can see, once again, my frosting got quite thick and my blending got a little bit out of control there. I must say, in my personal opinion, I do prefer it when the frosting is a lot thicker. I think it's easier for me to work with. I don't like runny frosting, and it's quite a mess to clean up afterwards. Great, and now we're ready to put the cakes together. I used a large bread knife to just cut the top dome of the cake off to make sure the cake is completely flat. Otherwise, if you put a layer on top of another one, it's going to be all lopsided and not work very well. If you can, try and get a cake tray or a stand on which you will be presenting the cake, as it is easier to frost and decorate it straight onto there, so you don't need to try and move the cake once it's done. I centered out the middle of the cake as the children wanted Smarties on the inside. So that's also quite an easy thing to do. And then what I did is I used the cake that I cut out as part of the smash cake that we made for Kai. When frosting the cake, try and use about 1 cup of frosting evenly on top of the cake. You're going to frost the entire cake and then kind of use it as like a glue to put the second layer on top of that. Once that's done, you're just going to frost the sides and the top and make it all look pretty. I just also want to give a big shout out to Lindsay. Her personal blog is Life, Love and Sugar. This cake was absolutely amazing and I would definitely try all of your other recipes.